Hi everyone. Just waiting for a few more people to join online and then we'll get started in a few minutes. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today on this webinar. Today we will be discussing MYOB Advanced, in particular the distribution module. We ran a webinar around the general functionality of MYOB Advanced a few weeks ago, and if you're interested in seeing some of the other more day-to-day user experience features, then please head over to our website and sign up for an on-demand copy of that webinar. It is only 30 minutes and you can watch it at your own time. Now, let me just start off by introducing myself. I am Juanita Potgieter. I look after sales and marketing here at Verde, and I will be your host today. Now, this webinar should be around 30 minutes, and we will start by giving you a quick overview, and then we'll get into a demo, and at the end, we'll have some questions and answers. Throughout the call, however, you don't have to wait until the end to submit your questions. You can go ahead and use the chat function at any time, and any questions that we're not able to answer live on the call today, we'll make sure to reach out to you afterwards. Great. So I'm going to kick off just first of all by introducing MYOB Advanced to everyone. So if you do not know about the product, let's just start off by giving you an idea on where this product actually sits. So hopefully for most organizations, there comes a point where the accounting software that exists is no longer fit for purpose. I say hopefully because this generally means that there's been significant growth, and there's a real need now for a more robust, comprehensive solution. Now we move into the space of ERP. So in the MYOB stable of products, we see that EXO, Advanced, and Greentree fulfill those needs. And our focus today will be on MYOB Advanced as the most modern cloud-based application in this lineup. Now, Advanced was introduced into the Australian and New Zealand market in 2014 as the first true cloud ERP solution built specifically for the ANZ marketplace. Other competitors have now entered the market, but Advanced is still the clear leader. In 2018, the client base grew by 43%, and we are proud to say that in 2020 we hit over 1,000 sites. Advanced is actually based on an international piece of software called Acumatica, but MYOB have the rights to regionalize Acumatica for the ANZ space, so they have rebranded it as MYOB Advanced. Acumatica is based in the States, and they currently have over 6,500 customers, and they're still seen as the fastest growing ERP vendor. The benefit for our current and future clients is that Advance will continue to evolve in line with global requirements. MYOB then also add business processes and functionality related to client requirements in Australia and New Zealand to this product. And a good example of that is bank feeds. Now, MYOB Advanced is a cloud-based solution. It was built for the cloud and for the mobile workforce. It runs on any device using a browser. So as long as you have access to the internet, you have access to your data that lives within Advanced. There's a really nice MYOB Advanced application that is available for both iOS and Android, and we'll touch on that a bit later during the presentation. But let's get into the MYOB Advanced Distribution module. There are 6 main things that come with distribution. There is advanced inventory, sales order management, purchase order management, requisition management, advanced financials, and also a warehouse management system. Now we're going to look at everything in that group of 6 except for the last 2, advanced financials and warehouse management, just due to the time limit that we have today. But as we go through and look at these incredible modules, we're going to keep that in mind. And I'll give you a quick glimpse of what the mobile app looks like. The integration and tight interdependencies within MYOB Advanced makes each of these work seamlessly together. So it's not like advanced inventory is an island by itself, as in some of the other products. So you'll see that integration of all these modules is quite incredible. Now, what are some of the benefits of the MYOB Advanced Distribution module? Well, first off, we have the capability of improving customer satisfaction by making sure that people get what they order in a timely fashion in a way that is attractive to them. Just because we're improving customer satisfaction doesn't mean we have to increase our costs. We can actually minimize our costs because of the efficiencies that we gain within the MYOB Advanced product. We're reducing that time from order to delivery. Of course, that is a great customer satisfaction hit, right? Because we all order something, we would like for it to be here tomorrow. And so you have to have the internal capabilities to do that if you want to meet the expectations of your customers. MYOB Advanced gives you the visibility so that you know where your business is, you know who your customers are, what their needs are, and how best to serve those needs. And of course, you know your true cost of operation because of the visibility that Advanced provides. So one of the modules that we were going to talk about is inventory management. What are the features and capabilities of inventory management? Well, we've got serial and lot tracking. Lot tracking so that we can track expiration dates. We've got the ability to track internal transfers. Because we do have the capability of having multiple warehouses in multiple locations, we can track bin locations. You can automate the purchase orders through replenishment. We can track discounts and promotions by customer using our sales price matrix. And of course, CRM is totally integrated into inventory management. And we have the entire landed cost module that allows us to track costs of our items directly into our inventory. And of course, we have a full matrix capable inventory. So I can stock a t-shirt in 6 sizes and not have 6 different item numbers. Sales order capabilities, we are fully integrated with CRM, and I'll actually show that today during the demo. We have inventory allocation. We have the capability of consolidating invoices. So if I have multiple sales orders for the same customer, I can fulfill those and send a single invoice if the customer desires that. There is a direct integration with purchasing, so I can create a purchase order from a sales order or dropship maybe. And then I can track the fulfillment of that and create the invoice. I have real-time inventory information available for me from the sales order, and I'll show that today. I can create customer returns, and those can be with or without reason codes. I have the capability of partial fulfillment for multiple shipments on a single invoice. I can create schedules, pick lists, and of course, as with a customer, I can check for credit limits. Purchase order management features? Well, first off, a full integration to inventory, to sales, CRM, but I also have the capability of tracking items, creating dropships, tracking landed costs, and a complete order trail is available for me for all of my purchased items. So it gives me that great full view and the capability of making sure that everybody's acting responsibly. And of course, requisitioning. For some organizations, this is vital because I may need to be able to requisition from any position within my organization, whether it is a technician on the field service call or whether it is the manager of the purchasing group requisitioning an entire new line of inventory. We need to be able to control the assets for organization, and the requisition management provides that control through workflows, through the capability of building catalogs, from the capability of being able to create sales orders and customer quotes right from a requisition. And of course, every one of our requisitions comes with a complete audit trail, which will become part of the advanced database. Advanced fulfillment features. Now, we're not going to see the warehouse management system today because we are limited to half an hour, but we do have the capability of wave picking, of packing, of shipping, and using barcode enabled mobile devices to allow us to perform those picks, packs, and ships so we can create routes within our warehouse. We can track our people on those routes. We can see what's being picked and packed. This is a wonderful way to get into warehouse management. So, who are or what industries do we serve with the MYOB Advanced Distribution module? Well, we serve the retail space, of course. So, whether you're a grocery store or a warehouse or some sort of storefront, we can help you control your inventory. Wholesale distribution, if you're in the wholesale space and you're purchasing large lots and then selling smaller lots to retailers, we can help you track in and out with things that are working for you. E-commerce, of course, e-commerce, we have quite a number of integrations already existing with e-commerce solutions, and we have our own customer portal that helps bring in that e-commerce site as well. So a lot of ways that we can work within the e-commerce sector. And of course, any business that needs to track purchases or sell items or track items, we can help with the MYOB Advanced Distribution module. So let's get into our demo system, and to do that I'm going to access this from my browser. I'm going to log in with my login details. If you do have multiple companies, you will be able to jump into that company from the login screen, and I'm going to open up my screen and we're going to start looking at MYOB Advanced. Now, I always like to start with the dashboards because in our product, information is currency, information provides efficiency, information leads to action, and Advanced is all about visibility. You cannot correct the problem unless you can see that problem, and you cannot be efficient unless you have access to the tools that you need to do your work. And dashboards aren't just for C-levels. Here we are looking at a customer view dashboard, and possibly this is a sales manager, maybe using this particular dashboards, but we have multiple level dashboards. In addition to something like the customer view, we also have a warehouse manager's view of the world. So here a warehouse manager can see the layout of what's going on within the warehouse. How many items do I need to ship? How many shipments are out there in picking? How many are late? Notice that we have them shifting from green to red to blue based on the importance of the effectiveness in our business. We also have, not just for the managers, but also for the clerks that are working in the warehouse or in our distribution system, information that they need to do their work. So here's a shipping clerk. So we will get a view of the things that need to be picked and packed in a summary and also in detail. Now I can go out and do that work and pull those items up. And of course, the reserving clerk has the same kind of information. So I've got transfer pending to another warehouse. I've got incoming returns that I need to expect. I've got one PO receipt that haven't been invoiced yet. And of course, I've got some other PO receipts that I actually need to work through. So it gives me access quickly and easily to know what is most important for me to do today. So I need to get to those overdue POs in the system so that we can sell that product. Now, I can't talk about the distribution features in MYOB Advanced without talking about CRM. CRM is fully integrated into the entire MYOB Advanced set of modules and provides a way to touch our customers, know our customers, and also to work with our customers. Now, I have here an opportunity that was created, and this opportunity is for selling smart Wi-Fi. The opportunity is laid out in detail here, so I know who my lead is. I can see the items that we're planning on selling for this opportunity. On the Detail tab, I can see that a quote has already been sent. This quote is for 2 inventory items with the proposed prices attached to those items. As I look at activities, I can see that this quote was actually sent to the company already. I can see an attachment for that quote, and as I open that up, I can see that the customer has received this quote for their smart Wi-Fi purchase. And as luck would have it, we know that they've actually decided that they would like to accept this quote and purchase these items. So right here in the opportunity, I can go in and create a sales order directly from the opportunity. So full integration to sales orders. And then I can also close that quote or change the opportunity as a one opportunity. So I get information all over the place. I've got my information here for shipments. I've got my information for CRM as a win. And we're just able to see all through the product how everything is interrelated. Now, the sales order is another tool that is fully integrated, of course, into the distribution system. Here is the sales order that we created from that quote, and as I highlight on each of these items, you will notice at the bottom each of these items is telling me how many are available on hand, how many are available to ship or sell. So I can click through and I can see that I don't have any availability problems for any of these items. So I can see that we're able to ship these items as soon as we have our sales order created. Now I can come in here and I can see the commissions. So I know who made the sale. I can see who's going to be paid on the commissions tab. Now I can go and create the shipment right out of the sales order. So if I jump onto actions, I can click create shipment, or I can go onto this little nifty feature here called quick process, and the system will prompt me with a few information that I need to tick. So it will create the shipment, it will pick and pack, it will print the labels. It's giving me a warning that this customer likes to receive their invoices by email, so I'm going to tick that. And when I push OK, the system will automatically go and create all of those for me. Now, inventory doesn't appear on our shelves by accident. You saw that inventory was available for each of those lines, and anybody who's worked in retail or wholesale knows that selecting the correct inventory in your location at the right time is something that is a lot of work. And in Advanced, with the inventory module, we do provide a replenishment feature that you can use to actually track and calculate a suggested replenishment. I'm going to open up replenishment calculations, and here we will see that we have the capability of creating suggested replenishment based on the average, moving average of our inventory items. So Advanced takes the moving average, applies seasonality to those items, and then will suggest for you safety stock reorder points, max quantities to be purchased. Then once those calculations for demand have been completed, then we will let it create for us suggested orders that can be used for our purchasing. So this functionality can help you make sure that you have the correct inventory on site and in the right place. And of course, you know exactly where that inventory is because we have great ways in the system to track inventory. So in our inventory summary inquiry screen, we just select an inventory item of any type and you will see that it shows us exactly where these items are located, if they have been assigned or allocated, and if we do have allocations that haven't been assigned, it will actually show us that these are not assigned. So when we ship those, we will, of course, ship those out of a specific location, or if we need to have that sensitivity, we will go back and we will assign these to the correct locations. So for the information here, inventory is such a large topic. I'm not going to be able to cover all of it, but I do just want to say that our inventory module gives you the visibility that you wouldn't have otherwise. I'm going to come in here and we're going to replenish these items and we're going to let that walk us into the purchase order. So we have just created out of that process a brand new purchase order in the purchasing module. And so if we go into purchasing, we will see our new purchase order for those items and they will be available for us to create or approve. Talking about approving, I have some other items here that need approval, so we'll go ahead and quickly look at those. MYOB Advanced has very extensive workflow available for purchase order approval. And with that, we can assign specific individuals for purchase order approval based on any parameter within the purchase order. Conditions may include the cost, total cost of the purchase order. Conditions may include types of items that are included on the purchase order. Conditions may include the vendor to whom the purchase order is being sent. And of course, purchase orders, once approved, can be sent to our vendors either automatically or we can send out purchase orders in an individual section. So I could email my purchase order directly to a vendor and then track those emails from the vendor in my activities associated with that vendor. So as I send out an email, I get a date for the email, I get a message that I sent to the vendor, and then of course I also have available the inventory or the actual purchase order that can be viewed by that vendor. And then lastly, I just want to make sure that you understand we have a great requisitioning system that allows me to manage my requisitions, manage my costs, landed costs, allows me to push inventory delivery cost into my inventory module. Now, during our previous webinar, the overview webinar, I demonstrated some of the Outlook or email client integrations and also the mobile application. So please head over to our website and there you can find an on-demand copy of that webinar. Of course, there's so much more that we can demonstrate from a distribution aspect, but the team here at Verde will be happy to do a more in-depth, customized demo with you based on your requirements. I'm just looking at the questions now and I'm conscious here of time, so let's jump into some of the questions. So first question here, does the system provide serial and lot number tracking for inventory items? Yes, so MYOB Advanced does have an extensive serial number and lot number tracking capability. On my lot numbers, I can actually track things like expiration dates or incoming lots, outgoing lots. I can also, in my serialized items, track serial numbers coming from the manufacturer. In other words, barcode serial numbers, and relate those to items as I receive it. Or I can assign my own serial numbers to items as I receive them, and then of course print those and put those on the boxes. Next question here, what inventory valuation methods are available in Advanced? Well, we can set a valuation method, so standard, average, FIFO, or specific. We can track that cost on each individual item and it tracks it on a warehouse level as well. The other thing we can also do is set up base units and units of measure. So if we're stocking an item, say like a PC, sell it as a PC, but we purchase it as a pallet, which has a conversion factor of say 12 PCs. Oh, it looks like we'll have time for one more question. I do see there's quite a number of questions coming in, and we will follow up with each one of you after the call today. So the last question, does Advanced provide barcode support? Absolutely. So we provide barcode support in two ways. Our WMS solution on the mobile will allow for ream barcode or QR codes directly from the mobile device. And if you have a wedge associated with your keyboard, you can actually scan barcodes from that wedge. We use what's called an alternate ID on inventory that relates to that barcode, so that as you make your scan, it pulls up that inventory item just like looking it up in the street.